Hey all, and welcome back. Without further ado, moving right along, let's see what they have to say. Huh. My. Yes, Captain, we have enough for 2 weeks. You nod. Okay, we'll have to replenish supplies at our next stop. Whose turn is it this time? My. Anderson and Gomez. You lean over the railing and look down at the crew members moving boxes just below you. You heard that? Gomez replies with a smile. Got it, Captain, but this time Ramirez will go with Anderson. She wanted to win her watch back, but luck was not on her side. Crew member Ramirez. Shut up, Gomez. I'll take care of it, Captain. You nod. I don't understand why we aren't sending Jackson, though. Weren't you here to learn, kid? Jackson answers while helping to lift the box. Learn what? To lose at cards. You should stop scratching your ear every time you bluff, Ramirez. The rest of the crew laugh. Patrick Jackson, the boy you rescued on Zaya and who decided to join the Interstellar Republic, has proven his worth more than once. In addition to fulfilling his duties on the ship, Jackson has repeatedly faced situations that many captains do not even come across throughout their entire career. The time has come for him to make a decision. Jackson, come up for a minute. Jackson walks up the stairs and salutes you. Sorry, Captain, I was just joking. Ramirez has been picking on me all day after yesterday's game. You shake your head. Forget about that. You've been with us for a while now, Jackson. When Mason suggested bringing you on board, I thought it would be a mistake, but I was wrong. You've done a splendid job so far. Jackson scratches his nose, blushing. Wow, I really don't know what to say, Captain. It's such an honor to hear you say that. Let him finish. You go on. When a captain completes a recruit's training, there are several options. They can make them a member of their crew or allow them to take an aptitude test for other captains to recruit them as a possible crew member. However, when a recruit stands out, the officer can promote them as a candidate for lieutenant. In that case, the recruit receives special instruction, and if they pass the tests, they are provided with a ship and crew to serve in an officer's unit for a while. If said lieutenant earns the promotion, they finally become a captain. You have what it takes, Jackson. You keep talking as the boy gazes at you intently. I've given it a lot of thought, and I think you're ready. For most new captains, the simulators are the closest they've ever gotten to real battle. But in your case, you've faced death repeatedly and have been able to overcome it. If you wish, I'll accept you as a member of my crew. Your responsibility and your salary will increase, but the rest will remain pretty much the same. On the other hand, I'm willing to write a recommendation letter for you to try out for a lieutenant. I believe you can become a great captain of the Interstellar Republic. The choice is yours. Jackson does not seem entirely convinced. That would mean leaving the ship. You nod. That's how it works. I went through the same thing during my training under Jane Scott's command. I know it's tough to say goodbye, and the thought of captaining a ship can be very daunting, but you have what it takes, believe me. I've never met a recruit with your qualifications. You're no longer the helpless kid we picked up on Zaya. You've grown into a remarkable man. Jackson gets emotional. Watch Jackson. Jackson looks a little stricken. You know, I never met my parents. Much of my childhood was spent assembling guns for one meal a day. It's funny if you think about it. I was a prisoner long before Novak and the Children of the Sun took control of the factory. When you got me out of there, I saw an opportunity to leave that hellhole and build a new life elsewhere in the galaxy. I didn't know what would become of me, but I knew that nothing could be worse than that damn city. Jackson. As soon as we arrived at the Republic headquarters, I begged Mason to accept my admission and to allow me to go with them. I remember the day you accepted me as a recruit as one of the best days of my life. For the first time in 20 years, someone had given me a chance to prove myself. Back then I didn't understand it, but now I see it clearly. It wasn't freedom or adventure that I was seeking so desperately, nor was it glory, and certainly not justice. What was it then? A family. Jackson looks embarrassed but continues speaking. No matter how badly things go, you and the crew fight together against any adversity. You support each other, you protect each other. I've had to travel half the galaxy to realize it. But I finally found a place that I can call home. You nod. You clear your throat. We've been through a lot together since you got on this ship, Jackson. We see you as one of us, you already know that. You're young and have excellent skills. With a little time and instruction, you could be a fine captain. At first it would be hard, but soon you'd be at the head of a family like ours, with people who trust and rely on you. I just want you to know that the decision is yours. You'll have my support and that of the crew, whatever you decide. There will always be a place for you on my ship. For a few seconds, your mind goes back to your instruction, remembering the last days aboard the Genesis. When Jane offered you the promotion to lieutenant, you always felt the urge to stay with them, but you eventually gave up. If you really wanted to follow in Scott's footsteps, you could not keep flying under her wings. Jackson's voice brings you back to the conversation. What do you think I should do? You answer, it's not for me to say, Jackson. Patrick Jackson, I know, but I'd like to know how you feel about it. You should do the tests. You reply, you've matured a lot in this time, Jackson, but you still have a ways to go. This is your great opportunity. Take the reins of your life and show us what you're made of, lad. Jackson smiles. Okay, Captain, I'll think about it carefully and give you an answer soon. You put your hand on his shoulder. All right, Jackson, now get back to your post. Jackson walks down the stairs and continues to load boxes along with the rest of the queue. Crew, you get back to work. Ah, well that was nice. Now, on with it.
We've been waiting for you, Captain. I hope your trip here wasn't too troubled.
No more than usual, Commander.
I'm glad to hear it. As promised, I've summoned as many officers as I could. Meet us in the council chamber and we'll proceed with the meeting.
Roger that, Commander.
Well now, is this my time to shine? I guess we'll see.
Seriously? Another interception?
Except we've got to deal with this nonsense first, Like, oh look, I got intercepted again. Again. Did I mention again? Because I mean, yeah. Okay, bye.
Targets neutralized, crew. We are out of danger.
Alright, headquarters. You land at the spaceport and are greeted by several captains as you exit the ship. Captain Charles Soanes reporting. Commander Thompson has ordered us to escort you to the council chamber. Please follow us. Follow Soanes. You arrive at the commanders and the units make the facilities more crowded. Although there are not as many soldiers as there were at the headquarters before the battle against the children, Charles Soanes, we have arrived. Soanes stops next to the huge double hatch, which opens as soon as he places his hand on the scanner. Commander Thompson. Captain Schmidt, go ahead and have a seat. Enter the council chamber. You take a seat in one of the free chairs under the watchful eye of the council members. You recognize some commanders like Ara or Nita, but most of them are completely unfamiliar to you. Thompson speaks first. This is the woman I told you about, Captain Monica Schmidt. As you know, Schmidt infiltrated Sol Invictus and was present during Admiral Mason's fleet attack. Remain silent. Commander Ara, welcome back, Captain. Thompson has told us a lot about you and your infiltration of Sol Invictus. Are you completely sure of the Admiral's death? You nod. I am. Not even Mason could have withstood Hydra's power. The man sitting next to Ara clears his throat. What kind of captain abandons the Republic Admiral in combat? Your obligation was to protect Mason. Those were direct orders from the Admiral. I tried to warn her, but she went on the attack to give us a chance to run away. Our ship was disabled and our My system forced the warp before we could react. The man replies with arrogance. Nonsense! A My system wouldn't warp without a direct command? Thompson chimes in. That's enough, Commander Rada. Schmidt has come to face with Nartos on several occasions. This woman is worth more than any of us sitting here. Remain silent. Thompson goes on. I know each of you well. Rada, you trained with me. Gray and Ara fought with me in the Crystal War in Chendai 35. If there's one thing we all have in common, it's our unquestioning loyalty to the Interstellar Republic. I would trust any of you with my own life, and I know you would do the same with me. I ask you to trust her just like I trust you. Okay, Captain Schmidt, we'll listen to what you have to say. The rest of the commanders nod. You look at Thompson with a degree of apprehension. If this information somehow reached the Children of the Sun, it would be the end of the Republic. Can you really trust all these people? Thompson looks at you and seems to read your thoughts. She smiles slightly and gestures for you to speak. Tell all about Hydra. You explain everything that has happened since Riley captured you at the Dome. This time you mention all the details regarding the Hydra project, Banner, and the experiments performed by Vanlith. The commanders are quiet and engrossed in your story. You talk about Scott, the fierce fight against Nartos in the solar system, and his plans in Alpha Centauri. As soon as you finish, the room falls silent. Remain silent. Thompson breaks the silence. Commander Thompson, for now, the only thing we know for sure is that Nartos already has one of the cores, and it's a matter of time before Vanlith finishes the job. If they get a hold of the cores and assemble them on Alpha Centauri, it will be the end of the Republic. Our fleet and the rest of the ships in the galaxy will be under his control. If Nartos completes Hydra, we're done for. Rada hits the table. Then there's nothing to debate anymore. Every second we lose here brings Nartos closer to his goal. We must assemble the fleet and march on Alpha Centauri before Vanlith gets the rest of the cores. Commander Thompson, it's not that simple, Rada. With a single core, Nartos has already swept through one of the largest offensives the Republic has ever launched in the Children of the Sun's territory. We would be sending our last forces to certain death. I will take care of Nartos. Commander Ara, With all due respect, Captain, you already faced Nartos once and you were defeated. We cannot send our fleet on a suicide attack relying solely on your combat skills. Commander Thompson. Someone will have to do it. Nartos has defeated every single enemy he has faced. Xiao, Scott, Mason. Right now, Schmidt is the only person who has faced the Emperor and lived to tell the tale. Commander Rada. Okay, let's say we assemble the fleet and set out for our enemy territory. How do you plan to deal with Nartos, Captain Schmidt? I have a plan. Well, yeah, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be here, right? You go on. Dr. Banner has been working on the Genesis since Admiral Flynn's betrayal. With it, I could take on Nartos and give you enough time to reach the Alpha Centauri station. Even if I fall against Nartos, Vanlith's death and the destruction of the station would be enough to slow them down. Commander Rada. Nartos would still be alive. You nod. The Children of the Sun's fleet is at its lowest point. The continuous battles have decimated both armies. Even if Nartos survived, he would never be able to rebuild his fleet. There is no other alternative. Commander Thompson, Schmidt is right. In any case, if Hydra awakens, no one will be able to face the Children of the Sun. We must take the risk. The other officers nod. Commander Ara, even if we agree we do not have enough influence to mobilize the entire Republic fleet, how will we convince the rest of the commanders to carry out another large-scale attack? Rada, that's pretty obvious. We must appoint a new admiral. Remain silent. Ara answers with irony. And who do you propose? Commander Rada. Mason left Thompson in charge and she's one who summoned us. Commander Thompson. I'm flattered, Rada, but the rest of the officers would never accept me as their admiral. I lost their respect when I let Nartos get Vanlith back. If I had done my duty at the Dome, none of this would have happened. Remain silent. Commander Ara, then who? We must find someone trustworthy and who is experienced in battle. Someone relevant enough for the rest of the officers to follow them without question. The last thing we need right now is for the Republic to split even further. You already knew it would come to this. The one person who can do it is Bradley. The rest of the table looks at you. Captain Jesse Bradley? Exactly. You go on. He was Mason's right-hand man and is respected by the rest of the men. Furthermore, we must uphold the pact between the Republic and the other factions. The Renegade Army and the criminal clans will not answer to just anyone. Commander Thompson. Bradley is still on that farm located right on the border. Although many ships of the Children of the Sun have withdrawn, their presence in the sectors near headquarters has increased. If we mobilize our entire fleet, headquarters will be exposed to any attack. I know, that's why we'll send a few ships. The commanders look at you intrigued, so you explain further. We'll send a couple of merchant freighters, with soldiers who will pose as civilians. Another couple of ships will escort them at a safe distance. We'll pass unnoticed. Once at the farm, we'll pick up Bradley and we'll bring him back safe and sound. Commander Rada, the Children of the Sun often raid freighters in Republic territory. They won't if we keep them busy. You carry on. We have enough ships to launch an offensive on Tacet Stella. As you just said, most of the Children of the Sun are withdrawing and the rest are patrolling the neighboring sectors. The Tacet Stella garrison will have no choice but to call in reinforcements from ships in the neighboring sectors. A fast and forceful assault will rid us of them and focus the attention of the nearby ships while the freighters head for the White Farm. It's our best option. Commander Ara, and if we are defeated at Tacet Stella, then headquarters will be left unprotected. Commander Rada, the captain is right, we don't have time to waste. If we anticipate Nartos' plan, we'll be able to claim victory for our side. Sarah sighs. Okay, let's vote. We must make a decision that will define the future of the Interstellar Republic. I will accept the decision of the majority. Having said this, the commanders proceed to vote. Remain silent. Hands go up and you mentally count. A draw. Ura has voted against it. As you imagined, while Rada and the others have voted for it, to your surprise, Thompson has her hand down. We've already lost too much. Risking something like this could spell the end of the Republic. She looks up at you with concern. Tell me, Schmidt, do you really think it's the only way? It is, Commander. Thompson slowly raises her hand, breaking the draw. It's not a decision for us to make, but there is no other way. We'll hit Tacit Stella and create a diversion so Bradley can be brought to headquarters and appointed Admiral. I don't need to tell you, but just one mistake will be enough to doom us all. The rest of the officers nod in agreement with the vote. Commander Thompson, okay, Captain Schmidt, let's detail the plan. Nod. The preparations are complete. The fleet is ready to depart for Tacit Stella. If the plan succeeds, you will drive the Children of the Sun out of the Old Republic headquarters and create a diversion so that the small advance party heading for White Farm will go unnoticed. Thompson gets up from the table. The ships are waiting to depart. I wish you all good luck. Commander Gray. We will expel the Children of the Sun from Tacit Stella. Take care of headquarters for us, Commander. The rest of the commanders get up as well as start leaving the room. Rada is one of the last ones. He remains silent before Thompson. Commander Thompson, be careful, Elon. I would have liked to go with you. Commander Rada, come on, Abby. Don't look at me like that. It's the only option we have, and the Republic needs you here protecting headquarters. Thompson flashes a smile and hugs Rada tight before leaving. Thompson looks up at you, looking a bit embarrassed. If you'll excuse me. You render a military salute and head towards the room's exit. Commander Thompson, hold on a minute, Captain Schmidt. You turn to continue listening to her. There's still a tough battle ahead, but if we do yet have a glimmer of hope, it's thanks to you and your crew. Thank you, we're only doing our duty. Commander Thompson. Every time I look at you, Captain Schmidt, I can't help but think of Jane Scott. She would be proud of the woman you've become. Thank you, that means a lot to me. You say goodbye to Thompson and go down to the spaceport where the crew is waiting for you. You quickly start the engines and listen to the rest of the commanders through the terminal. Commander Rada. All set, captains. Be sure to hold your positions and stay tuned for any news. It goes without saying, but Tacit Stella Station has been the symbol of the interstellar peace for generations. We have to take back our headquarters at any cost and show the Children of the Sun what happens when you defy the galaxy's justice. For the Republic! For the Republic.
All right, everyone to your positions. Captain, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Commander Raider.
You and I will lead the attack. My unit will await you at Tacit Stella, and on my signal, we'll initiate the assault. We'll see if you are as proficient in combat as Commander Thompson assures us.
Understood, Commander.
Keep me informed of any new developments. Let's get going!
Alright, let's do this. I've actually fallen to this mission a few times now. The second part of it is a bit difficult, so I'm going to see if I can cheese this a bit.
All units in position. The success of this mission depends on all of us. The Republic will not tolerate one more defeat. Show the children of the sun what you're made of.
Question is, will it work, or are those turrets just invulnerable? Nope, I believe they're invulnerable. Damn it!
Captain, I'm detecting warp readings.
Enemy reinforcements incoming, Raider.
Copy that. Hold formation.
I want to hit my own ships either.
Captain, I'm detecting warp readings.
Enemy reinforcements incoming, Raider.
Copy that. Hold formation. Captain, status report.
We're suffering serious damage from the station fire. At this rate, we'll lose our advantage.
We've come to recover what little is left of the station. We cannot destroy it.
We have to destroy the battle stations. We'll take care of disabling the cannons. Let the other units focus on the enemy ships.
Roger, Captain. We trust you. We need you to eliminate their battle stations. The station is tearing us apart.
I know. The Children of the Sun are defending the cannons. Getting close won't be easy.
Yeah, and it would also help if the cannons didn't feel like they had a million health.
The fleet won't be able to withstand the station's fire much longer, Captain. You have to disable the cannons as soon as possible.
We're trying. One less, Commander.
Keep it up. We'll keep the ships at bay.
Come on. I can't afford to stay in range and just get torn apart.
I wouldn't declare victory so soon. It seems the children...
Cover the captain's ship!
Cannon disabled, Captain.
Well done. Only one left.
Yeah, if they would stop shooting at me. Damn it.
We've disabled the cannons, Commander!
Copy! Charlie, Delta, force your way through and board the station immediately! Captain, we'll keep the enemy ships off of them.
Roger, you heard him! Focus your attention on the enemy ships!
Yes, Captain.
We're in! Our men are moving towards the control room. We're almost there!
Good stuff. Now I just need to stay alive.
We have control of the station! The children of the sun are finished! Don't let them escape alive!
They're dispersing to retreat! Mai, disable the auxiliary systems and redirect power to the weapons! No one leaves the sector!
Roger that, Captain.
Almost there. Still almost dead.
Roger that, Captain.
And that's it.
Fall back and organize the defense. We don't know when more children of the sun will return.
Roger.
Captain, your work here is done. Return to headquarters and brief Thompson on the situation. Tell her that the Interstellar Republic has recaptured Tacet Stella.
But sir...
The team we sent for Bradley should have arrived at headquarters by now. Right now, you've got more important matters to deal with. As soon as we secure the area, I'll join you.
Aye aye, Commander Raider. Good luck to you.
Same to you, Captain.
Alright. Let's see what Jackson has to say. Your yawn echoes through the command bridge. The crew has been in bed for a while now, So apart from Gutierrez and Miller, there is no one left awake anymore. My, I believe we're now done with the E125 report. We still have to take inventory and fill out the supply sheets. Would you like us to take care of the forms now? Let's leave it for today, Mai. The bridge entrance opens. Jackson emerges through the doorway, slowly approaching you, his head down. I'm sorry to bother you at this hour, Captain. Do you have a moment? The truth is that you can hardly stand on your feet, but it seems important. With a nod, you signal him to follow you, and you both leave the command bridge behind and go to the mess hall. All right, Jackson, what is it? You grab something to drink and sit at one of the tables. Patrick Jackson, you see, I've been considering what we talked about, and I've made up my mind. I can tell you that it hasn't been easy. I've been thinking about it since you told me about the tests for lieutenant. You answer after a sip. It's fine, kid. It's a really important decision. You'd be a fool if you hadn't put a lot of thought into it. Jackson smiled. Well? I've spent my whole life at the mercy of luck, Captain. You rescued me from Zaya and welcomed me as one of your crew, for which I'll be eternally grateful. But now I'd like to be the one who writes my own destiny. You nod as Jackson speaks. I promise that I'll do my best to become a Republic captain you can feel proud of. You'll succeed, I'm sure of it. You smile at Jackson and keep on talking. As soon as we get back to headquarters, I'll let Thompson know of your decision and she'll take care of your training. You better prepare yourself. The test will be extremely tough. Patrick nods. I'll do whatever it takes, Captain. I'll work hard to be as good as a captain as you are. You'll see. I really look forward to it, Jackson. You get up and put your hand on his shoulder. You have what it takes to get what you set out to do, kid. Do those tests and show the world what you're made of. I will, Captain. Thanks a lot for everything. Jackson puts his hand to his eyes, trying to hide the emotion. Although you are sorry to see him go, Jackson must follow his own path. It's bedtime. I'm repairing again just in case something goes horribly wrong, which seems to happen all the time. All right. What's this now? Okay, sure. The gangway unfolds and you disembark, whereupon Thompson greets you together with a couple of captains. I've been waiting for you, Captain Schmidt. I hope you bring good news. You nod. That's right, Commander. It wasn't an easy fight, but we defeated the Children of the Sun. Tacit Stella is back under our control. Thompson seems pleased. I expected no less, Captain. This is a great victory for the Republic. That's not all. You keep talking, the battle isn't over yet. Part of the fleet will reach headquarters soon, but we'll have to hold our position at Tasset Stella in case the Children of the Sun decide to counterattack. During combat, several enemy ships managed to flee and retreat. I fear that sooner or later the Children of the Sun will respond. Thompson gestures for you to follow her, and you set off together. What about Commander Raider? He's organizing the defense. You continue, it was Raider who ordered me to go back to headquarters. He said he'd take care of keeping Tasset Stella under control and join us as soon as possible. I guess either Ara or Gray will keep their unit on Tasset Stella for the time being. Though she tries not to show it too much, Thompson seems relieved. You ask bluntly, do you know anything about the convoy we sent to White Farm? Thompson nods. Our ships arrived a couple of days ago. The medical team is taking care of Bradley right now. I was waiting for you to arrive before we're going to talk to him and informing him about the situation. It won't be good news. No, it won't. Captain Bradley has been through a lot during this war. His physical state is not the best, but after being tortured by those people, what really worries me is his emotional state. He's conscious at the moment, but I haven't even dared tell him about Mason. You nod. We still have a lot to deal with. Let's give him a couple more days to recover. Mason's death, Hydra, his reappointment as Admiral. It's too much for anyone to take in. Commander Thompson, it's not fair to him, but we have no other choice. We need Bradley to get the fleet back together. You said it yourself before the rest of the commanders. I know. Thompson shrugs. Anyway, the victory at Tasset Stella is great news. We'll have to plan our next step carefully. But for now, you should rest a bit. The battle and the long journey must have left you exhausted. Besides, you'll probably want to join the others. They haven't stopped asking for you since you arrived. You look at the commander confused, not quite sure what she means, until the hatch in front of you opens. Behind it, a small boy grins from ear to ear as he's carrying a box bigger than him. Chip. Hello, Cap. Chip? In disbelief, you watch Chip walk past nonchalantly. He remains speechless for a few seconds, trying to figure out what's going on, until you hear another familiar voice from across the room. Data. You're back! Ghost! Schmidt just arrived! Logan stops what he's doing and he and Data approach you. Nice to see you, Monica. You had us really worried. What are you guys doing here? Logan and Data exchange glances as if they know what you're about to say. Data, I know the plan was to stay at the farm, but we couldn't just sit there doing nothing. As soon as the Republic ships arrived, Gears insisted we should go back with them to help in the battle. You should have seen the look on her face when Captain Gideon said he wouldn't let us come with them. I swear, Schmidt. Well, I thought she was going to clobber him. In the end, we managed to talk her down and convince the captains to let us come. Thompson smiles. Your friends have courage, Schmidt. Logan and I have discussed the role of Nemesis in this war, and I'm sure they will be of great help to us. I appreciate it. Logan shrugs. Susan was determined to help Monica. Even if we hadn't left with them, she would have managed to get here by herself. Besides, with everything that's been going on, we couldn't stand by. The future of the galaxy is at stake, and both you and I know that we can be useful here. Logan is right. We would like to keep them out of it, but as it stands, having Nemesis at headquarters would provide a clear tactical advantage. Data. Come on, did you really think Gears would just let us go? You know how she gets when she sets her mind on something. You can be the most stubborn and unbearable. And I told him, don't you dare talk about Gears like that, Gideon. Data? Data suddenly falls silent, looking over your shoulder. Disconcerted, you turn around and see Susan coming towards you. Data quickly grabs Logan and Thompson and takes them away. Well, we were just about to get going, right? Susan reaches out to you. Monica, You shouldn't have come, Susan. Susan White, I had to make things right. I'm really, really, really sorry for what I told you, Monica. Letting you leave on that note, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. It doesn't matter, Susan. A couple of tears run down Susan's face. Of course it matters. In this bloody war, Monica? Since you left the farm, I've been worried about what might happen to you. I know it's your duty, but every person has a limit. Infiltrating, basing NATO, saving the galaxy. It's a miracle you're still alive, and I can't help but think that sooner or later you'll run out of luck. Tessa, I know, Susan, I'm sorry. This time it's going to be different. Whatever you face, we'll do it together. Logan and the others have come for the same reason, Monica. We want to help you. Mermaid, Data, Chip, if we join forces, we can. Susan's voice gets lower and lower as your face gets closer and closer. You press her body against yours and you both melt into a deep kiss. Oh boy. Okay. For a few seconds, everything fades away and seems as just the two of you that exist. Okay, for the record, I did not think that was going to happen. But anyway, a voice echoes in the distance, getting louder and louder. You immediately recognize the nervous voice of Gutierrez running towards you fast. You and Susan pull apart, and she quickly wipes the tears from her flushed cheeks. You clear your throat for a moment to downplay the situation. Captain, I've been looking for you. We have a problem. Gutierrez reports to you. It's Lieutenant Blaze. She's woken up. Republic Hospital. You run straight towards the sickbay where the rest of your crew awaits. All running, you ask, what happened? Crew member Anderson. I'm not sure. It all happened so fast. I heard a couple of gunshots, and before I knew it, Blaze had shot two men and was holding one of the doctors hostage. The only thing she's been yelling is that she wants to speak to you. Does Thompson know about this? Anderson's face tells you everything. You run to one of the corridors and see several armed men seeking cover and getting ready to enter the sickbay. You do not have to get too close to hear the angry voice coming from inside. Jody Blaze. I just told you, bring Astra to me at once or I'll kill him. Hostage, please do as she says. Among the men you see Commander Thompson, barely giving you time to talk. The commander brushes aside the soldier next to her and storms towards you. Schmidt, what's this supposed to mean? Can you explain to me why we're harboring a child of the sun? That wretch just badly wounded two of my men. I need to get them out of there as soon as possible so they can receive medical attention. You answer. I'll explain later, Commander, but now I have to go in there if you don't want to lose more men. Into the room. You leave Thompson behind and enter the room with your hands raised. Here I am. Jody Blaze looks at you wide-eyed. You piece of... ... You reply calmly. Blaze, don't do anything stupid. Put the gun down and let the man go. Jody Blaze, he's not the one to worry about now, Astra. Okay, let's try that one. Blaze looks at you and forcefully pushes the hostage away, then she points her gun at you. Start talking, Astra, or you'll soon be lying on the floor like those two. On the ground, two men writhe in pain, trying to remain conscious. Both have been shot in the torso, and one of them is bleeding profusely. Next to one of them, you can see his gun just inches from your feet. Jody Blaze, I wouldn't even try, Astra. You'd be dead long before you touched that gun. Now tell me, who are you really? I'm Captain Monica Schmidt. You keep telling the story, leaving out the details of the Republic's future plans. Jody Blaze, so Quartz and Morpher. You nod. They're dead. You notice Blaze's pained expression, though she tries to stay firm. Jody Blaze, what about Jules? Is he still alive? Polaris is still alive. You answer, at least he was when I last saw him. Just before the battle against Nartos, Polaris discovered my true identity, and yet he let me walk away alive. Jody Blaze, Jules Polaris would never do that. You go on. A lot has happened since you were injured. He said we'd call it even for keeping you safe, but he also promised to kill me with his bare hands if we ever met again. Blaze looks confused. She stands silently, looking towards the door. You speak slowly. It's impossible to run away. There are about 20 soldiers outside, eager to open fire. You have two options. You can kill me and see how many men you can take down before they execute you, or you can trust me and drop your weapon. Let me help you. Blaze looks at you again. Trust you? You're a damn captain of the Republic, and I'm a soldier of the Children of the Sun. Whether I put down the gun or not, I'm already dead. Why wouldn't I take you down with me? Because I saved your life. Blaze looks back at the door again doubtfully. You speak up. I could have left you there, Blaze, but I didn't. You still have a chance. Blaze looks at you one last time right before throwing your weapon to the ground. Immediately the soldiers enter the room and she raises her hands. One of the soldiers handcuffs Blaze to take her directly to a cell. You have done the right thing. She stops next to you without looking at you. Dirty Blaze, damn you, Astra, you should have left me there. The soldiers push her along and Thompson enters the room furious. What were you thinking? How dare you bring the enemy to headquarters? What will you do to her? Does it matter? You should have let her die when you had the chance, damn it. We're at war. You answer, it was the right thing to do, Thompson. Commander Thompson, well, your decision may have cost 2 innocent lives, Captain. Thompson turns her back on you and leaves the room without saying a word. Maybe Thompson is right after all. You never meant for something like this to happen, but you knew that saving Blaze would sooner or later have consequences. On the other hand, a part of the alliance that now fights against Nartos is made up of renegade children of the sun, still faithful to the will of Jaden Quartz. Maybe Blaze can still redeem herself. Leave the sickbay. You point the flashlight at the nut. Found it, Gutierrez. Hand me a 12 key. The crew member gives you the tool and you tighten the nut. With the fleet out of the sector and Bradley and Dr. Banner slowly recovering, all you can do now is stand by and take care of the ship maintenance to keep you busy. Crew member Gutierrez, looking good? I think that's the last one. Fixing the ship could have been the perfect excuse to spend some time alone with Susan. Yeah, you see, somehow in my head I thought she was much younger and I was just comforting her. That's not how I pictured things to turn out. But since your kiss, things have gotten really awkward. During these weeks, you have barely been able to exchange a few words with her, and every time you have tried, both of you remain silent without knowing very well what to say. You try not to think about it, but you can't help thinking that maybe you got ahead of yourself. Besides, Thompson is still furious with you about what happened at the sick bay. The men's injuries were not fatal, but she blames you for what happened. On the other hand, Jody Blaze has been locked up until further notice, and she will not even speak to you. Anthem. Captain, I was looking for you. What's wrong? Commander Thompson requests your presence in the council room. Has she told you what it's about? No, sir, she just told me to call you. Go to the council room. The hatch opens and you step inside. Thompson waits seated at the table next to two strangers and several armed guards who protect the commander from behind the table. You pull out one of the chairs and take a seat. Thompson speaks visibly annoyed. Allow me to introduce you. Captain Schmidt, this is Captain I. Markel and Captain Lee Faulkner of the Renegade Army. For some unknown reason, they have orders to speak with you. With me? We're sorry to introduce ourselves in this fashion. Our orders were to either meet Admiral Anderson or you, Captain Schmidt. But I guess if you're here, it's because Mason has fallen. Am I wrong? The Admiral. I'm afraid that's classified information. Remain silent. Joins the conversation. Well, you should have been more cautious. Everyone knows that the Republic has lost its leader. I can't understand why you would let that old hag leave headquarters. Suddenly, Thompson grabs him by the collar of his uniform. Watch it. Nartos isn't here to save you, you big-mouthed... ... The man smiles at Thompson, gesturing her to look down. Mere inches from the commander's chest, you see Faulkner's knife, ready to be plunged straight into her heart. Enough! Thompson lets him go and goes back to her seat as Faulkner sheathes his knife. Had he wanted to, that man could have murdered Thompson in front of a dozen armed guards. Markel speaks calmly as if nothing had happened. The point here, Captain Schmidt, is that we need your help. As you probably already know, the integrity of the Alliance is hanging by a thread. The battle in Sol Invictus has wreaked havoc on our ranks. Without a leader, we're disorganized. Sooner or later, the Renegade Army will have to appoint a new general. But I doubt it will be enough to quell discontent. Mason's death jeopardizes the treaty and our own interests. The soldiers are beginning to doubt the support provided by the Interstellar Republic and the rest of the mercenary clans. The terms of the alliance have not changed. We're not sure about that. The Republic can barely hold Nova Magna, and the mercenary clans led by the Red Tier have begun to abandon their positions. We won't be able to continue facing the Children of the Sun without the support of the other factions. Commander Thompson, the Republic deals with its own problems. All the ships that have not been destined for Nova Magna are still fighting to maintain control of the sectors. Nod. You agree with Thompson. The commander is right. We can't neglect any of our fronts. Faulkner laughs in the background. Sorry to disappoint you, Captain Schmidt, but we're not here to ask for reinforcements. The Republic hasn't even been able to recover Tacet Stella. I told them already we're wasting time here. The eye sighs rarely. Since the attack on Nova Magna, the Red Tier has received no new orders. They're trying to hide it, but we're sure they haven't met with their leaders since. Sheep is dead. I saw it with my own eyes. And once again, Captain Schmidt is wrong. Sheep is alive, although he's been captured. We've been informed that the Children of the Sun are holding him prisoner at the Horus space station, awaiting transfer to the capital. Are you sure about that? Absolutely, that's why we're here. We need your help to set him free. You've got to be kidding. You go on, even if it was true, the entire area is swarming with enemies. Getting to the station alive would be a miracle. In a few weeks, a squadron of ships will arrive at the Horus to transport sheep to Sol Invictus. If we're able to get hold of one of those ships and the credentials of the captain and the crew, we could easily sneak in and free sheep. Commander Thompson, it's not that easy. We'd have to board one of their ships and take control of its system, and even if we managed something like that. The Children of the Sun would identify you as soon as you set foot on the station. It's a crazy idea. I stares at you. We know. Only one person has been able to breach the Children of the Sun security protocols. That's why we're here, Captain Smith. We need your help. You shake your head. We have neither the means nor the time. A single mistake would be enough to set off all the station's alarms with us inside. It's too much of a risk. Thompson thinks aloud. The Nemesis guys. Perhaps it could be done? Once inside, you get access to the control terminals and hack the security protocols. The station would be at the mercy of the Republic attack and we could regain control of the sector. It's too dangerous, Thompson. Faulkner interrupts again. You've got nothing to lose. Get us a team of engineers who access the systems and we'll do the rest. As soon as we get out of there, you can do whatever you want with the station. Thompson nods. We have the right people. We're going to need a couple of days to set up the program, but we can do it. Captain I. Markel. We'll wait. There's still time. As soon as everything is ready, we'll leave with your men and take one of the Children of the Sun's ships. They'll come with us to Horus and take care of the security protocols. No way. You raise your voice angrily. Nemesis does not answer to you, Thompson. I won't let you send them on a suicide mission. Thompson replies defiantly. It was them who came to me to support the Republic in the Solar War, Captain. I will use Nemesis as I please if it gives us a chance to weaken the enemy fleet. This is bad. Knowing them, they will not hesitate to take such a risk, just to help the Republic. You cannot let Thompson leave them to their fate in enemy territory. Then I'll go with them. You keep talking. I'll escort them myself. We'll help you take control of the Children of the Sun ship and work to identify the validation of the Horus. We'll need someone to stay on the ship collating data while we are at the station. We'll act quickly and not take any unnecessary risks. Faulkner shrugs. While the other captain nods in satisfaction from the other side of the table, Thompson looks at you gravely, aware that you just openly challenged her. I will not accept anything else. You know we can't send any more ships, Captain. You will be all by yourself. You shake your head. Jolie Blaze is familiar with the protocols of the Children of the Sun, and she's an exceptional soldier. She could be an asset to us. Both captains look at each other rather confused. Jolie Blaze? Do you mean General Quartz's little sister? Exactly. She served under my command at Nova Magna. Yes, she believed that I was an officer of the Children of the Sun, but everything that happened with Morpha and Quartz has in fact changed her. We can trust her, Thompson. She's still a child of the Sun. She wounded 2 of my men and will remain a prisoner until further notice. You answer. She was confused. Any of us would have done the same if we had woken up in an enemy base. She acted on instinct and gave herself up willingly as soon as she found out that what had happened. She could have killed me, but she didn't. You can feel Thompson's anger. How many of our people has she killed while serving Natos? That woman's too dangerous. Faulkner steps forward and speaks up. I don't know what happened, Thompson, but if the captain's right, Blaze is coming with us. Otherwise, I'm willing to report the Republic's lack of cooperation and let the Alliance break up. Without us, you'll be facing Natos by yourself. Remain silent. Would you bear the burden of sacrificing all of us just to save that girl? Captain Faulkner, let there be no doubt. Despite his clear, complete lack of interest during the meeting, Faulkner now seems to be deadly serious. The commander's gaze fixes on you. All right, you can take her with you. That's all. Just as you had imagined, you're sorry to undermine Thompson like that, but this is the only way to free Blaze. Thompson nods, although she does not seem happy with the idea. I'll inform the team so that they can start preparations as soon as possible. Markel, let us know when everything is ready. Without saying anything else, both captains get up and leave, and Thompson does the same, stopping at the doorway. Commander Thompson, I hope you know what you're doing, Captain, for everyone's sake. She is clearly upset at the course the meeting took. You are sorry that it had to end this way, but her hatred for the children of the sun is blinding her judgment. The Republic has lost much of its power, and you have seen with your own eyes what the renegade army is capable of. If you want to win, you will need all the help you can get. Nod. Wait, there's more? Daughter carries a piece of equipment as Chip follows her, holding a bunch of cables. Come on, don't make me that face. After discussing Sheep's rescue plan, Nemesis decides that Logan, Data, and Chip will go with you on the mission. You've tried to leave the boy out of it on account of his age, but it has been impossible. You knew Chip would want to go anywhere Data went, but you did not expect him to have the support of the other team members. Chip should stay on the ground. You're still annoyed. This time it won't be like the attack from the farm, Logan. If we get caught, death would be the best you can hope for. Do you really want to expose the boy to something like that? Logan sighs. I'm afraid there's no other way. You haven't seen what Chip is capable of. Without him, all of this would be completely impossible. Believe me, on this mission, Chip will be the one protecting us, Monica. You understand what Logan means. Hopefully you will not end up regretting this. If the children of the sun discover your identities, Logan and the others will be completely exposed. Behind you, you hear the voice of Captain Markel approaching you along with Faulkner. Captain I. Markel. All set, Captain Schmidt. Our men are ready to take off. How is Blaze doing? We've talked to her about what happened, but she doesn't seem too cooperative. She's furious, especially with you. Just as you had imagined, during the preparations for the mission, you had tried to talk to her on more than one occasion. The fact that she is on your side is more than enough for now. We'll soon be ready too. We'll need a few more hours to check that everything is working correctly before takeoff. Markel nods in agreement and both captains leave. You and the crew finish loading the crates and supplies onto the ship while the members of Nemesis are still busy preparing the systems for the cyber attack. You hear a familiar voice from behind you. Patrick Jackson. Looks like they're almost done. You nod. You know these guys, they want to make sure everything runs perfectly. How about you? Are you adjusting well to the academy? Jackson shrugs. I guess so. Thompson's made the candidate selections and is in charge of our instruction for the selection tests for lieutenant. Maneuvers, operations, military strategy, you know. It's a great opportunity. You continue. Thompson has commanded the defense of the dome for years. Her lessons will be really useful for you in the future. The young man nods. I don't doubt it, but the rest of the candidates are years ahead of me. All of them have received military training and are much more familiar with all of this than I am. We trust you. Many of the candidates have more education, but knowledge is not everything. You're more fit for the job than many of the captains I've met in my career, Jackson. Besides, this is nothing compared to everything we've faced. Jackson tries with clear effort not to get emotional. I guess this is goodbye, Captain Schmidt. Thank you so much for everything. Shake hands. We'll meet again, Jackson. Do your best and make us proud. I will, Captain. I won't let you down. The young man turns around and leaves the hold. The young woman's voice shakes you from your thoughts. Susan White. You're all set, Monica. The team has finished installing the equipment and everything appears to be working perfectly. You nod. After what happened when you arrived at headquarters, Susan and you have barely been in the same room. Whether it was because of all the work left to do or because of how awkward the situation has become between the two of you, you have not been able to talk about that kiss yet. I think we shouldn't. I think, Susan, Yes, I mean, no. Holding your gaze is almost too embarrassing for the young woman. Your heart races. The mission you are on is dangerous and there is no guarantee of success. It is now or never. Seriously? I wanted to say no, this is a bad idea. But okay. You gently tug at Susan's clothes to pull her closer to you and kiss her passionately once again. A wave of emotion stares throughout you. The embarrassment, the nerves, the doubts have melted away to nothing. She wraps her arms around you and you can feel her heartbeat against your chest. For a few seconds you remain there, completely immobile and oblivious to everything that happens around you. But you stay locked in an embrace while looking at each other. Susan tries to speak, but no words come out. You nod, I know. Susan looks down and hugs you tightly. Take care of them, Monica, please. We'll be back, Susan. Susan says goodbye and leaves the ship. For the next few months, she will not hear from you. Waiting for so long without knowing what happened to you will be very hard on her. Maybe it was not the best time for all this. Later surprises you from behind. I love you, darling Susan. I love you too, my dear Captain. So sweet. I think I might bath up a rainbow. Stop wasting time and get off your ass. We've got a station to raid. You're right. Everyone to your posts.
Hey, Cap, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Data.
Oh, great. Everything seems to be working perfectly. Ghost Ship and I will continue to work on the identity validation systems during the trip. I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but try to stay out of trouble until we're done. These devices are worth a fortune.
Roger that, Mai. Has Captain Markle sent the coordinates?
Affirmative, Captain. There's a long way to go, but if all goes according to plan, we'll catch up with the Children of the Sun's convoy just in time.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Engines at full power.
All right, this has been a long one. Sorry for the stuttering during some of the dialogue. I hope you enjoyed. I'm certainly enjoying this game. Can't wait to finish it. I'll see you in the next one.